Alright, welcome back to the hangar. Working on doing a little bit of work today with the F-22. So, continuing on with the wings, just kind of finishing those up. I'm doing the covers, and they use screws. They send these bigger ones with wider heads. So I use some of these smaller ones that I used on my last one. I'm actually about to run out, so I'm going to run to the hobby shop and see if they have some. But so it's nothing crazy. I wish they wouldn't have drilled the holes, because I was going to use a much smaller screw that I use, like these little guys. Man, these things are awesome for panels. But they already drilled them and they were just too big. So I'm using these other ones, and I'll put in the black so that kind of hides them. And these are silver, obviously, but little trimming that you have to do. I had to move to a different. I changed out to, instead of having this kind of the head, I had the kind of the rounded head to give clearance in here, and had to switch the bolt over because the lock nut was hitting. And then as you put the flap down, you'll see it'll hit in certain spots, and you just mark it, Dremel, use the Dremel to sand it a little bit, and then check it, do a little bit more until you get them to where they actually work without causing this to flex at all. That way it doesn't break. This one actually had a little bit more, and it actually hit. This is common. Every one I've done, I've had to put a little smiley here for when the flap gets to its kind of most almost down position. It hits there and doesn't let you go the full distance, but it isn't much, so don't go crazy with them. I do a little bit, check, and then I'll sand them a little bit and put like a little rounded edge on here, so as they tuck under, and if it does touch, it's kind of a rounded thing. But and then I also had to do these little guys. These are real thin, super thin plastic, and they don't fit perfect, so you have to kind of like trim them to fit. And I do it the same way. This one a little bit right there on that corner actually needs to go. And these are all the same as well. So just take your time doing it. Nothing crazy when you're doing them. Don't rush it, because it's easy to take away, but not easy to add, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna go fix grab myself another coffee, and I gotta run and take some orders, and drop off some orders, and swing by the little hobby shop, and see if they got some other screws. Probably won't, but figured I'd check them before I go coming up with another idea. And then after that's done, the wings will be done, and then I will kind of start on putting all the servos in the tail end of this thing. So, oh, I was gonna say, I have a bunch of these things. I bought some of these Unilite connectors. This one's like a 6 redundant primary contacts with 10 secondary contacts, and it's essentially like a you solder your servo leads to this, and then it has like a plug that you can move in and out, and kind of a locking kind of mechanisms. They're cool, a little heavier than your typical connector, but they have various widths that you can add, like depending on how many servos you have. And I wanted to use this on something like a wing or a fuselage to kind of clean it up, but because I can't get that servo lead back to here, it's going to have a 2 connection point anyway. So I'm going to use these on on my next builds. But the problem is they give you some instructions. They're kind of clear, and you can make them out. And then they do make some videos. But the videos that I've found online or on YouTube are crappy and horrible and don't really make it all that clear. So if anybody's used these or have a good video showing how you put them together and do things and how you utilize them, that would be awesome. Because if not, I'll just make a video down the road, trying to figure them out, and because you have to solder, which I'm not a fan of because I suck at soldering, but I can do it. I'm not the best at it. So you guys have a good one. I'm gonna run some errands, and I'll be back tonight and finish up these and get onto the tail section. So you guys take it easy.